Welcome everybody, this is Alan with Daily Armor of God. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. This is reading the Bible in 123 days. We're on day 20, and today we'll be finishing up Numbers and starting Deuteronomy. I'll be reading chapters 1 and 2 of Deuteronomy. So, finishing up Numbers here in chapter 32, verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of Jazer and the land of Gilead, that, behold, the place was a place for cattle. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses and to Eleazar the priest, and to the princes of the congregation, saying, Ataroth and Dibon and Jazer and Nimrah and Heshbon and Elelah and Shebam and Nebo and Baon, even the country which Yahweh smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore said they, If we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and to the children of Reuben, Shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here? And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which Yahweh hath given them? Thus did your fathers, when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. When they went up into the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, that they should not go into the land which Yahweh had given them. And Yahweh's anger was kindled the same time, and he swore, saying, Surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, and Joshua the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed Yahweh. And Yahweh's anger was kindled against Israel, and made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of Yahweh was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, and increase of sinful men, to augment yet of the fierce anger of Yahweh toward Israel. If ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy all this people. And they came near unto him, and said, We will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones, but we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities, because of the inhabitants of the land. We will not return into our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance. We will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan, or forward, because our inheritance is fallen to us on this side Jordan eastward. Moses said unto them, If ye will do this thing, if ye will go armed before Yahweh to war, and will go all of you armed over Jordan before Yahweh, until he hath driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before Yahweh, then afterward ye shall return, and be guiltless before Yahweh, and before Israel, and this land shall be your possession before Yahweh. But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against Yahweh, and be sure your sin will find you out. Build your cities for your little ones, and folds for your sheep, and do that which hath proceeded out of your mouth. The children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, Thy servants will do as my Lord commandeth. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over every man armed for war before Yahweh to battle, as my Lord saith. So concerning them Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, If the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before Yahweh, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give them the land of Gilead for possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possessions among you in the land of Canaan. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, As Yahweh hath said unto thy servants, so will we do. We will pass over armed before Yahweh into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave unto them, even the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto the half tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof, and the coasts, even the cities of the country round about. And the children of Gad built Dibon, and Ataroth, and Arur, and Atoroth, Shopan, Jazer, Jugbaha, and Benith Marah, Beth Haran, fenced cities and folds for sheep. The children of Reuben built Heshbon and Eliah and Kirjathaim and Nebo and Baalmeon, their names being changed, and Shibma, and gave other names unto cities which they builded. And the children of Machir the son of Manasseh went to Gilead and took it and disposed the Amorite which was in it. Moses gave Gilead unto Machir the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jair the son of Manasseh went and took the small towns thereof and called them Havoth Jair. And Noba went and took Kenath and the villages thereof and called it Noba after his own name. Numbers 33. These are the journeyings of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt, with their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys, by the commandment of Yahweh, and these are their journeys according to their goings out. And they departed from Ramesses in the first month, on the 15th day of the first month, on the morrow after the Passover. The children of Israel went out with a high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians. The Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which Yahweh had smitten among them. Upon their gods also Yahweh executed judgments. And the children of Israel were removed from Ramesses and pitched in Succoth. And they departed from Succoth and pitched in Etham, which is on the edge of the wilderness. And they removed from Etham and turned again unto Phaharoth, which is before Baal-Zephon, and they pitched before Migdol. And they departed from before Phaharoth, and passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and pitched in Marah. And they removed from Marah, and came unto Elim, and Elim were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees, and they pitched there. They removed from Elim, and encamped by the Red Sea, and they removed from the Red Sea, and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin, and encamped in Dopka. And they departed from Dopka, and encamped in Alush. And they removed from Alush, and encamped at Rephidim, where there was no water for the people to drink. And they departed from Rephidim, and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. They removed from the desert of Sinai, and pitched in Kibroth-Hattaavah. They departed from Kibroth-Hattaavah, and encamped in Hazeroth. And they departed from Hazeroth, and pitched in Rithmah. They departed from Rithmah, and pitched in Rimmon-Perez. And they departed from Rimmon-Perez, and pitched in Libon. They removed from Libnah, and pitched in Rissah. And they journeyed from Rissah, and pitched in Kehelath. And they went from Kehelath, and pitched in Mount Shapher. And they removed from Mount Shapher, and encamped in Haradah. They removed from Haradah, and pitched in Makheloth. And they removed from Makheloth, and encamped at Tahath. And they departed from Tahath, and pitched in Tara. And they removed from Tara, and pitched in Mithka. And they went from Mithka, and pitched in Hashmonah. And they departed from Hashmonah, and encamped at Mosroth. And they departed from Mosroth, and pitched in Ben-Jacan. They removed from Ben-Jacan, and encamped at Horhagidgad. And they went from Horhagidgad, and pitched in Jotbatha. They removed from Jotbatha, and encamped at Ebronah. And they departed from Ebronah, and encamped at Ezongaber. They removed from Ezongaber, and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is Kadesh. They removed from Kadesh, and pitched in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. And Aaron the priest went up into the Mount Hor at the commandment of Yahweh, and died there in the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, on the first day of the 5th month. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor. And King Arad the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south in the land of Canaan, heard the coming of the children of Israel. And they departed from Mount Hor, and pitched in Zalmonah. They departed from Zalmonah, and pitched in Punon. They departed from Punon, and pitched in Oboth. And they departed from Oboth, and pitched in Jebarim, in the border of Moab. And they departed from Elim, and pitched in Dibon-Gad. And they departed from Dibon-Gad, and encamped in Almon-Dibelathaim. They removed from Almon-Dibelathaim, and pitched in the mountains of Abiram before Nebo. And they departed from the mountains of Abiram, and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan, near Jericho. And they pitched by Jordan from Beth Jesimoth even to Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. And ye shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein, for I have given you the land to possess it. And ye shall divide the land by lot for an inheritance among your families. And to the more ye shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth, according to the tribes of your fathers. Ye shall inherit it. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes, and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. Here we go again with some prophecy. Now, up to this point, if you haven't read the Bible, then you don't know this. But if you are a rereader, you reread the Bible, then you'll know that what's coming is exactly this. They will not fully drive out the inhabitants. They will be pricks in their eyes, they will be thorns in their sides, and they will vex them, and they will cause them to sin. They'll cause them to fall into idolatry. They'll cause them to fall into so many diverse abominations. And the Bible says this, they actually do worse than the people they originally drove out. They do worse sins than the previous inhabitants. And that is just crazy. And then he says here, God says, It shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them. What happens? Well, they're taken captive so many times by different rulers. And then the ultimate, taken away to Babylon years later, hundreds of years later, their cities are completely destroyed. Like, desolate, destroyed. And most of them are taken away to Babylon and are basically slaves there in a foreign land. All this is because their wickedness just got more and more and more and more and more. And like I said, the Bible says this, they did worse sins than the people that God wanted to get rid of originally because their sins were so wicked. So if you can imagine, these people that were in the land did wicked stuff. But the children of Israel did even worse. And it's just so sad to see this. And rereading it, you connect all these things together. And it's just amazing how here in Numbers, it literally is saying what is going to come to pass in the future. Because they do not drive out everyone that they should have. They do not burn all the images down. They do not take down all the high places. And they end up worshiping all the different gods, false gods, little g, and sinning worse than the inhabitants that were there. So it's quite sad, but also amazing in the sense that, I mean, Almighty God knows everything. He knows what's going to happen, and He's showing us a little bit what's going to happen right here. So, moving on to Numbers 34. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along the coast of Edom, and your south border shall be the outmost coast of the salt sea eastward, and your border shall turn from the south to the ascent of Akrabim, and pass on to Zin, and the going forth thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go unto Hazaradar, and pass on to Asmon. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asmon unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. As for the western border, you shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. And this shall be your north border. From the great sea you shall point out for you Mount Hor. From Mount Hor ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the goings forth of the border shall be to Zedad. And the border shall go on to Ziphron, and the goings out of it shall be at Hazarinan. This shall be your north border. And ye shall point out your east border from Hazarenan to Shepham, and the coast shall go down from Shephan to Riblah on the east side of Ain, and the border shall descend and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Chinnereth eastward, and the border shall go down to Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which Yahweh commanded to give unto the 9 tribes and to the half tribe. For the tribe of the children of Reuben according to the house of their fathers, the tribe of the children of Gad according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh received their inheritance. The 2 tribes and the half tribe have received their inheritance on this side Jordan near Jericho eastward toward the sun rising. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you, Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. And ye shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land by inheritance. And the names of the men are these: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, son of Jephunneh; of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel, the son of Ammihud; of the tribe of Benjamin, Eldad, the son of Chislon; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Dan, Buki, the son of Jogli; the prince of the children of Joseph, for the tribe of the children of Manasseh, Hanil, the son of Ephod; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Ephraim, Kemuel, the son of Shiftan; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Eliasaphan, the son of Parnak; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Issachar, Paltiel, the son of Azan; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Asher, Ahihud, the son of Shelomi; and the prince of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, Pedahel, the son of Ammihud. These are they whom Yahweh commanded to divide the inheritance unto the children of Israel in the land of Canaan. Numbers 35. And Yahweh spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in, and ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs of the cities round about them. And the cities shall they have to dwell in, and the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle, and for their goods, and for all their beasts. And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city, and outward 1,000 cubits round about. And ye shall measure from without the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, on the south side 2,000 cubits, on the west side 2,000 cubits, on the north side 2,000 cubits. And the city shall be in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the cities. And among the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither, and to them ye shall add 42 cities. All the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 48 cities, them shall ye give with their suburbs. And the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many, but from them that have few ye shall give few. Everyone shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance which he inheriteth. Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then shall ye appoint you cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither, which killeth any person at unawares. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not until he stand before the congregation in judgment. And of these cities which ye shall give, 6 cities shall ye have for refuge. And ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge. These 6 cities shall be a refuge both for the children of Israel, and for the stranger, and for the sojourner among them, that every one that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron so that he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. And if he smite him with throwing a stone wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smite him with a hand weapon of wood wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by laying of weight, that he die, or in enmity smite him with his hand, that he die, he that smote him shall surely be put to death, for he is a murderer. And the revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. But if he thrusts him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm, then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. The congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge, whither he was fled. He shall abide it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with holy oil. But if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, whither he was fled, and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer shall return into the land of his possession. So these things shall be for a statute of judgment unto you throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses, but one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die. Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall surely be put to death. Ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. Ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I, Yahweh, dwell among the children of Israel. Numbers 36. And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, and the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. And they said, Yahweh commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel, and my Lord was commanded by Yahweh to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters. And if they be married to any of the sons of other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received, so shall it be taken from by lot of our inheritance. And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received, so shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of Yahweh, saying, The tribe of the sons of Joseph hath said well, This is a thing which Yahweh doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, Let them marry to whom they think best, only to the family of the tribe of their fathers shall they marry. So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe, for every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers, and every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers. Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself his own inheritance. Even as Yahweh commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad. For Mahlah, Tirzah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brother's sons. They were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father. These are the commandments and the judgments which Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho. Okay, moving on to Deuteronomy. Chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran, and Tophel, and Laban, and Hazeroth, and Tishab. There are 11 days' journey from Horeb by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moses spake unto the children of Israel, according unto all that Yahweh had given him in commandment unto them. After he had slain Sihon, king of the Amorites, which dwelt in Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, which dwelt at Ashtaroth, and Edrei, on this side Jordan, in the land of Moab, began Moses to declare this law, saying, Yahweh our God spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. turn you and take your journey, and go to the mount of the Amorites, and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the hills, in the vale, in the south, and by the seaside, to the land of the Canaanites, and unto the Lebanon, unto the great river, the river Euphrates. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yahweh sware unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I spake unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. Yahweh, your God, hath multiplied you, and behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. Yahweh, God of your fathers, make you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he hath promised you. How can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Take you wise men and understanding and known among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And he answered me and said, The thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, Hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is God's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it. And I commanded you at that time all things which ye should do. And when we were departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness which ye saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorites, as Yahweh our God commanded us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, Ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorites, which Yahweh our God doth give unto us. Behold, Yahweh thy God hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as Yahweh God of thy fathers hath said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me every one of you, and said, We will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well, and I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe, and they turned and went up into the mountain, and they came into the valley of Eshcol, and searched it out, and they took the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, It is a good land, which Yahweh our God doth give us. Notwithstanding, ye would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh your God. And ye murmured in your tents, and said, Because Yahweh hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt, to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us. Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, The people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Then I said unto you, Dread not, neither be afraid of them. Yahweh, your God, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes, and in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how that Yahweh thy God bare thee, as a man doth bear his son, in all the way that ye went, until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe Yahweh your God, who went up in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tents in, and fire by night to show you by what way ye should go, and in a cloud by day. And Yahweh heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and sware, saying, Surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land, which I swear to give unto your fathers, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it. And to him I will give the land that he hath trodden upon, and to his children, because he hath wholly followed Yahweh. Also Yahweh was angry with me for your sake, saying, Thou shalt not go in thither. But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, which he said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it. But as for you, turn you and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said to me, We have sinned against Yahweh. We will go up and fight according to all that Yahweh our God commanded us. And when ye had girded on every man his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into the hill. And Yahweh said unto me, Say unto them, Go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies. So I spake unto you, and ye would not hear, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahweh, and went presumptuously up into the hill. And the Amorites which dwelt in that mountain came out against you, and chased you as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even unto Hormah. And you returned and wept before Yahweh, but Yahweh would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you. So ye abode in Kadesh many days, according to the days that you abode there. And Deuteronomy 2. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as Yahweh spake unto me. And we compassed Mount Seir many days. And Yahweh spake unto me, saying, Ye have compassed this mountain long enough, turn you northward. And command thou the people, saying, Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye good heed unto yourselves, therefore. Meddle not with them, for I will not give you their land, no, not so much as a foot breadth, because I have given you Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. Ye shall buy meat of them for money, that ye may eat, and ye shall also buy water of them for money, that ye may drink. For Yahweh thy God hath blessed thee in all the works of thy hand. He knoweth thy walking through his great wilderness. These 40 years Yahweh thy God hath been with thee. Thou hast lacked nothing. And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, through the way of the plain of Elath, and from Ezon-Gaber we turned and passed by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And Yahweh said to me, Distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give thee of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar unto the children of Lot for possession. The Emims dwelt therein in times past, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, which also were accounted giants as the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Emims. The Horims also dwelt in Seir before time, but the children of Esau succeeded them, when they had destroyed them from before them, and dwelt in their stead, as Israel did unto the land of his possession, which Yahweh gave unto them. Now rise up, said I, and get you over the brook Zered. And we went over the brook Zered. And the space in which we came from Kadesh Barnea until we were come over the brook Zered was 38 years, until all the generation of men of war were wasted out from among the host, as Yahweh sware unto them. For indeed the hand of Yahweh was against them, to destroy them from among the host until they were consumed. So it came to pass, when all the men of war were consumed and dead from among the people, that Yahweh spake unto me, saying, Thou art to pass over through Ar, the coast of Moab, this day. And when thou comest nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it to the children of Lot for possession. That also was accounted a land of giants. Giants dwelt there in old time, and the Amorites called them Zamzumims, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, but Yahweh destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead, as he did to the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, when he destroyed the Horims from before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead, even unto this day. And the Avims, which dwelt in Hazarim, even unto Azah, the Captorims, which came forth out of Captor, destroyed them and dwelt in their stead. Rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thine hand Sihon, the Amorite, king of Heshbon, in his land. Begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle. This day will I begin to put the dread of thee, and the fear of thee, upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of thee, and shall tremble, and be in anguish because of thee. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemoth unto Sihon, king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, Let me pass through thy land. I will go along by the highway. I will neither turn to the left hand, nor to the right hand, nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. I will only pass through on my feet, as the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, and the Moabites, which dwelt in Ar, did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan to the land which Yahweh our God giveth us. But Sihon, king of Heshbon, would not let us pass by him, for Yahweh thy God hardened his spirit, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. And Yahweh said to me, Behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee. Begin to possess, that thou mayest inherit this land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz, and Yahweh our God delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons and all his people, and we took all his cities at that time, and utterly destroyed the men, and the women, and the little ones of every city. We left none to remain. Only the cattle we took for a prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took from which is by the brink of the river Arnon, and from the city that is by the river even unto Gilead, there is not one city too strong for us. Yahweh, our God, delivered all unto us. Only until the end of the children of Ammon thou camest not, nor unto any place of the river Jabbok, nor unto the cities and the mountains, nor unto whatsoever Yahweh our God forbade us. Oh, I like this last part of this verse here. In this last verse here, there was not one city too strong for us. That just reminds me, there's nothing that's too strong for us as Christians, because our God, Yahweh our God, will deliver us through all of it. That's just something that we can take away. Yes, our God, there's nothing too great for him, and he is always with us. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. He will deliver us. So whatever we're going through, we just have to trust in God and know that he is there with us. So it's just a very important lesson we see here in this one random verse in Deuteronomy. That's why I say, like, even though it's Old Testament, there's so much we can learn, that we can glean, that we can apply to our lives today in this time. So that's going to be it for today, guys. It's just going to get more and more interesting, the whole storyline of them coming into the promised land, taking out most of the inhabitants, not all, and then, the eventual distribution of the land, dividing it among the remaining children of Israel, and we'll see, what happens after they're actually in the land, which is going to be like all the time of the judges, and before judges, and during the time of the judges, and we'll see what happens there. I mean, if you already read the Bible, you know what's going to happen, which is sad, but that's why we can learn from others' mistakes and not make those mistakes ourselves. So that's going to be it for today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a great evening, morning, noon, wherever you're at. Remember to put God first in everything you do. Have faith in him, trust in him, wait upon him, and you'll never be sorry. And we'll see you tomorrow, God willingly, with more Bible reading. So thank you guys. Take care.